Hi, my name's Christopher Baxter, and this is the book review for Book 8 of The Odyssey by Homer. Before we begin with the summary of Book 8 of The Odyssey by Homer, we must recognize where Book 7 leaves off. The previous epic ends with Odysseus in the care of King Alcinous and Queen Arete. The two of them invite many others to their house for both a feast and games in honor of their guest. It is important, however, to note that the night before the feast was hosted, King Alcinous and had offered Odysseus his daughter's hand in marriage. Nausicaa, during the feast, everyone is retelling story of their own, but when it comes to Odysseus' stories, he's noticeably weeping. Alcinous, seeing this and noticing this, cuts the feast short so that the games could commence. In these games, there was wrestling, running, boxing, disc throwing, and many others. As they were watching the people compete, Odysseus was offered to compete, but he could not do it because he played declined. This was because he was still overwhelmed by the hardships and the memories of the battle at Troy, and because of all the men he had lost. After he declined, however, the offers to compete, Odysseus was indirectly directed by a man named Broadsea, one of the people who was competing. Broadsea suggested that Odysseus did not want to compete because he knew that he would not have been good at or as good as his opponents at the games. Because he was insulted, he flared up and challenged anyone to compete against him in the games. Odysseus, being a strong and athletic man, beat anyone who tried to go toe-to-toe with him. He clearly won the challenge of the disc throwing without a doubt in anyone's mind. He threw it further than the Phaeacians even had marks for. He challenged everyone except King Alcinous because that would have made him a poor guest. After he had beaten everyone at the games, King Alcinous suggested that all the people were fantastic dancers, so they held dances in Odysseus' honor as well. After the games, Odysseus finally accepted the Phaeacians' offer to return home to Ithaca. Before he did that, he shared with them the stories about his time away from home.